I'm Mike Sullivan, and I'm out here on the range. We've got a question from a viewer. His name is also Mike. He's got a question about a drill called the L to L drill, which is fairly well known, but we'll talk about it. He wants to know if this is a good drill for him to help him hit the ball more solid. Okay, by the way, this iPad, I attempted to shoot the video with this device, and the wind is, this thing is like a sail. Like the wind caught this thing while I was on the tripod. The thing went bam, slammed down right into the ground. It's like hard pin there, and the thing is perfect. So there's my little iPad Pro review. Okay, so I got an email, received an email from a gentleman named Mike, of all things, and he's got a question about the L to L drill, or the 9 to 3 drill, and this is what it looks like. So what he's asking about is the drill where we practice swinging the club so that our hands go back here to 9 o'clock, like on a clock face, and then through to 3 o'clock on a club face. Is that a good idea as a way to build up into a regular full swing? And I'm going to go back to his email here for a second, because he says that one of the problems he's having is, he says he's 65 years old, he hasn't played golf in a long time, he put himself on video, and he's noticing that in his backswing on woods and long irons, he's not hinging the club so much on the backswing, and he thinks that's giving him some problems. And I think he could be right. And he also wants to know, should you be hinging the club the same for all your different clubs in your bag? One other thing he mentions is that he lives in Florida in the winter. He wants to know if he has any suggestions for hitting up hard pan lies or really thin grass. It's not a problem up north. He's from Wisconsin, but when he goes down south, it's a problem. So let's talk about that. Let's take a look at that. All right. So, Mike, the L to L swing, the L to L drill is great. And here the ball is set up here on a tee. Okay. The first thing I would like to say to you is that absolutely correct. It's a great way to build up a really good small swing and then turn it into a bigger swing. That's a great thing to do, okay? Because when we make sure that we're swinging back and letting that club hinge right here, this hinge plays a big part of our lever system, one of the principles of a golf swing. It helps us hit the golf club with a correct angle of attack as well as with a lot of speed, okay? So if I were to make a backswing and not allow my wrist to hinge, and then I start down towards the ball, the club head is going to be really low to the ground really soon, and it's very difficult for you to make solid contact with the ball. Whereas if the club hinges and I start through, the club can descend into the ball a whole lot better. So absolutely common sense, having that hinge is good, doing the L to L drill is really good. And I'm going to add a couple things to that. That hinge that takes place, when I'm hitting shots, and I'm not going to hit this ball because there's some people over there hitting balls, but when I'm hitting shots, that hinge is something that happens without me even thinking about it. So I'm holding the club in a nice relaxed manner, my grip is relaxed, so as I turn back, the hinge happens naturally. I don't even have to think about it happening. Okay? One of the other reasons it'll hinge naturally is not just because of the grip pressure, but because of the type of grip that I use. So if you think about it, let's talk extreme. The way that our wrists are going to work so that we can hinge the club back here. If I were to put my hands on the club where the palms were, say, pointing right back at you with the camera, that really inhibits my ability to hinge the club very much. I can't really get it working. I can't get it hinging very much. The other side of it is if I put my palms facing my body, this is extreme, you don't want to play like this, but look at all the hinge I get here. So you can hinge it a lot if you grip the club properly. So the way we're going to do it is we're going to get our top hand on the club with the palm facing towards my body a little bit. So when your hands hang straight down from your shoulders, your palm's going to face in at your body a little bit anyway. Then my backhand, or for me my right hand, I just want to think about the palm of my right hand matching up with the club face. And that's going to also put the palm a little bit actually feeling a little bit more towards my body. And that makes it really easy for me to hinge the club back and through. So doing those drills would be absolutely great. They're going to help you hit the ball on a more descending blow more solidly. So that answers the question at the end of the email, right? Yes. As far as those Florida tight lies go, just by working this drill, it's going to be easier for you to hit the ball off of a tight lie. The reason why you like those fluffy fairways is because if you're not hinging the club, you can actually bottom out behind the ball. We hit a teeny little shot here, and you can still get that ball up in the air even if you're bottoming out behind the ball, if you've got a fluffy lie. Okay? So putting the ball on the tee, I think is a great way to start also because it takes off some of the pressure. Sometimes when the ball is on the ground when we work these drills, people feel a little bit of pressure to either hit down on it too much or they feel they try to scoop at it a little bit. So I would definitely put it up on a tee. I think that's just fine. And one more thing on this. That L to L drill, if you learn to do it one-handed, we talked about this last time, what it will also do, it's going to help you get a feel for the correct arc the club should be swinging on. So this is L to L. I'll go through a little more of the L over here. This is a great little way for me to get a feel for creating the arc that I want to have. Because I'm not going to be able to hit a good shot unless I have a reasonably good arc. So watch this one. I mean, I managed to make contact, but I knew that felt terrible, right? So obviously, if you look at that, you could tell that arc was awful. So now if I just go ahead and I'm not trying to think of what it looks like to you on video. I'm just trying to think about getting that club to swing on an arc that feels right. That was great. Okay, so I hope that answers your question, Mike. The L to L drill from a tee is absolutely great. I would do a ton of that. For those of you that haven't tried it before, try it, and you'll find at first, especially if you go one-handed, it's actually tough to find the arc because most people have a little bit of a bad habit in their swing plane, to be frank with you. Then the other part of the question is, how do you hit up those tight fairways? That L to L drill is going to help you out a ton because it's going to help you descend on the ball a little bit more. Now, in the meantime, Mike, when you're struggling with those tight lies, I'm going to do this on a dirt lie, and I'm sorry I can't hit the shot very well because there's people out here. I'm going to put this on a dirt lie. If I cheat a little bit, just a little more weight towards my front foot, and take some practice swings where I know that I'm bottoming out ahead of the ball, that's going to help me be a little bit better on those tight lies. So in the short term, maybe cheat a little bit on your front foot, but in the long term, yes, L to L, the 9 to 3, whatever you want to call it, it's going to help you out a lot. I hope that helps. We'll see you next time.
We should still have fun, though we say we don't. 'Cause I just wanna get down with you. Last time I've been called
To 3 o'clock? That's Cookie. There's one of my students, his dad, for some reason, Cookie is the only person she doesn't like. Cookie, stop it. Cookie, leave it. Cookie, come. Come. Come here. Sorry. Come on. You're interrupting our video. Stop it. So in L to... Excuse me. Cookie. Cookie, come. Hey, come here. Come. 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 Sit right there. Sit. Instead of being here, and I have a feeling he's probably doing a little bit of this, but he's just not hinging on his backswing ball. Excuse me. Stop it. Cookie. Cookie. No. No. She's usually good. No. Cookie. Hey, lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Just lay down, relax. Just be good, okay? Just be good. Where were we?